Welcome to the Grizzled Geek and Review for July 13th, Friday the 13th,
Woo!
2018. I'm Mike.
I'm Doug.
And we're here with your weekly wrap-up of all the nerd news in one, concise package.
There you
Well, this week is San Diego ComiCon, and for those of you lucky enough to attend, you're getting to see a bunch of cool stuff.
go. Yeah.
Starting yesterday actually.
Yeah.
Was
Thursday through Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday, with a few things Wednesday. But
Oh, is there?
there's a ton of stuff going on outside the con itself. Now
Yeah.
it's grown beyond the actual convention center now. In fact, you can go during Comic-Con and have a good time even if you can't get into the convention.
Right.
There's
yeah.
so many
Yeah.
parties and events and everything going on around it that and celebrities and stuff like that are showing up. Like a Nerdist hosts a big thing. I know there's a ton of stuff out there and around
Geek and Sundry.
Geek and Sundry. There's
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. You don't have to be able to get in because, let's be honest, getting in is the hard part.
Yeah.
It is nearly impossible to get in there. We're not there. Not that we're bitter or sad or anything.
Yeah.
We could be.
Well, I really wish they'd make Hall H a separate ticketed event. That you could go to the convention
Yeah.
without having access to Hall H.
Yes.
And that Hall H was its own thing. That you can just... Because, the people who go to Hall H, that's all they do.
Because that's all you
typically.
can do.
And you make it... maybe you make the dealer's room accessible to both tickets. But you can't leave to the convention with a Hall H pass. You can't leave to Hall H with a convention pass. But anyways, that's not part of the news. But
Doug's going to fix San Diego Comic-Con.
Think about that, San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. We used to go a lot in the 90s back when it was not ridiculously.
Every year. Yeah,
we
we
went
went
every
every
year.
year.
Yeah. It wasn't ridiculous. You could actually move around.
Yep. And stars could just walk around the convention floor.
Yeah.
I think we've mentioned that on the news.
Yeah.
You run into Mark Hamill, you run into Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, that can't happen.
Various wrestlers,
Yep.
they just walk around, and
That can't happen
that,
anymore.
Yeah, it does not happen anymore.
Well, you can't really walk around anymore. It's pretty much like a cattle car trying to get anywhere in the Saturday,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. But anyway, it is happening this week, and that is the big news story. There's tons of stories coming out of there. The big one early on was that Marvel's not going to show up this year. It's not Marvel rules Hall H, which is the big grand hall.
Right. Yeah.
Or the biggest hall they have there, where they the big announcements. Saturday is always the big major day, and Marvel, for as long as we can remember, has closed out the night.
Mm-hmm.
Came in pretty much everybody's like, oh, here's our cool stuff, and then Marvel comes in and steals their thunder with whatever they've got.
Right. Yeah.
But because Marvel is in this, right now, this kind of weird age of secrecy, right? They can't really show a whole lot about what's going on.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel just wrapped filming, right? And then Avengers 4, until Avengers 4 hits, everything's under wraps. So they're not really showing a whole lot going on. So
Yeah.
what's happening in Hall H? So we've got the rundown on who's taking over Hall H instead. Oddly enough, most of these are Fridays. Fridays, Hall H is going to consist of Sony Pictures, which will have a panel on Venom, Into the Spider-Verse, and maybe, rumor is, something from Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh, okay.
Because even though that is a Marvel movie, it's still a Sony-Marvel joint project.
Correct. Yeah.
So Sony could still show up and have people there. It would be cool to see Tom Holland and Tom Hardy together on the stage.
Oh yeah, that
But,
would be interesting.
If we don't get to see it in a movie,
Each other.
yeah, even if we don't get to see it in a movie,
Yeah.
that would be kind of cool. Also on Friday, Universal Pictures is going to be there, showcasing Halloween, which kind of took people by surprise. You've heard about the Halloween reboot, not reboot,
Right.
sequel to the original Halloween,
Right.
ignoring the next 8 movies that happened. Going back to the John Carpenter's original, bringing back Jamie Lee Curtis. So when that first trailer hit, it got a lot of buzz when people were kind of like, "Oh, a Halloween remake." Kind of buzz that a Halloween remake hasn't had since
Right.
then.
Yeah.
So people are excited about that. But the big thing for Universal Pictures would be Glass. That is the thing everybody is waiting for. They just released a bunch of images for Glass and kind of a synopsis. One of the things is that one of the images they had was all 3 of them, Glass, the Beast, and done in a chair with a psychiatrist, suggesting that is this all in their heads? Are they all 3 crazy? It's a Shyamalan movie, so Unbreakable is one of my favorite of his movies.
Oh yeah,
And
I love Cronenberg.
Split was an amazing movie as well, so I can't wait for this movie. And anything they do, I'm just super excited. Rounding out Friday's Hall H will be Bumblebee, and then an AMC panel featuring Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and Preacher. So almost sounds like Friday is the day to go at Hall H.
Which is not normally the thing.
Which is not normally the thing, and it's actually going to be a lot less crowded than Saturday. Saturday, Warner Brothers has stepped up to take over Hall H, which everyone's saying they should. And they do have Hall H most of the day on Saturday, but not closing it out, which is odd. And of course, they're expected to bring a ton of stuff from. Let's see, what are they bringing? Aquaman, Fantastic Beasts, Shazam, Teen Titans Go, 2 movies with exclamation points in there, not just Shazam and Teen Titans Go, because they have the explanations in the in the titles. The Meg, they're going to be the best movie, the sleeper hit of the summer. You excited about the Meg?
No.
Giant sharks gonna do it for you. It's like Jaws, only bigger.
Yeah, exactly like Jaws, only bigger.
And probably more goofy.
Yeah.
The Nun, Mogwai, that's a gremlin. Mowgli,
Yes.
from the Jungle Book. The Lego Movie 2, the second piece. Godzilla, King of Monsters, and Wonder Woman 84, of course. So Warner Bros. Is bringing it all, and there you have the hall for most of the day. But who's closing out Saturday night, you might ask? What big new thing is coming out that's closing out Saturday night, Hall H? No one knew. It's Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2 panel. Deadpool 2 is already out.
Yeah.
What are they? I don't know what they're doing, but they're closing out Hall H at Saturday night. So
just gonna have fun with Deadpool 2.
They say expect the unexpected. Who knows what they're going to be reviewing? Who's going to be there from the movie? What they're going to be celebrating? Is it going to be like a victory lap from the well done movie, or whether it's going to be showing us stuff from the Blu-ray? We don't know. But Deadpool is taking over, so Marvel had to sneak in there a little bit somehow, even though it's not officially Marvel. It's a Marvel character.
Same thing on Friday.
That's true.
Maybe a little bit of Spider-Man.
Yeah, true. A little sneaking it in there. Yeah, so that's what's happening in Hall H. But there's a ton of other great stuff happening this year at Comic-Con. I mean, just a couple examples of the things that we're sad that we're missing is the Batman the Animated Series Blu-ray release and the X-Men Animated 25th Anniversary celebrations happening there. So There'll be the cast and creators of both series.
Some of the greatest cartoons ever made.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a kid from the 90s, man, this was your life here.
Yeah.
This was amazing.
Or even maybe not a kid.
Yeah, or not a kid. Like, we weren't kids in the 90s, but we we watched all that.
Yeah.
There's a great the TV lineup panels is crazy. They're going to have the first look at the DC Universe shows.
Okay.
I mean the ones that they got Titans.
See how this is going to look for the streaming service.
Exactly. So you get kind of a look there. I'm not. Swamp Thing was just announced, and there's a lot of CGI heavy stuff in that, so I'm assuming you won't get a whole lot from that.
Yeah.
But Titans and everything else on there would be exciting to look at. The Belantiverse shows, I guess what we're calling it now, the Arrowverse, or Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Supergirl, and Black Lightning. They're all going to be have their own panels, and the Netflix Marvel shows, which we got little teases of Trish as Hellcat in Jessica Jones season 3.
Oh right, yeah.
I just got through watching Luke Cage season 2, which is amazing. Doug hasn't caught up for that yet, but we'll talk about it later.
So little time.
And Daredevil 3 season 3 is the one everyone's waiting for that just wrapped. So we should be getting a panel about that as well. So super exciting stuff. And one of the coolest things, last little bit of news from San Diego Comic-Con, is this is the Marvel 10-year anniversary. Right. So they're doing a first 10 years celebration, and they're having a special visual development show that's going on there. That's showcasing all the like storyboards and behind the scenes and visual effects stuff from the first 10 years of Marvel. Nice. Which is a huge celebration for them, and it sounds like it's amazing. Would be amazing to check out. Yeah. So sadly, we're not there this year. For those of you that are, let us know how these things go. I'm sure most of this will be online, Sunday night. Yeah. After the convention. Yeah. But a lot to see.
All right. Well, the rest of this is going to be downhill from San Diego Comic-Con. For example, we're going to get the return to New Detroit that we never asked for with a new Robocop movie. Again, this one At least it's going to be directed by Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah.
From District 9 fame.
Elysium.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's just stick with District 9.
And it gets worse than that. Chappie. Like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah.
District 9 director.
It's going to be based on a script that was written in the 90s by Ed Neumeyer and Michael Miner, and is going to be a direct sequel to those movies, not the 2014 reboot.
Yeah, they're going back to the original.
Yeah, so they're trying to go back to the satirical, not social commentary, but social commentary nature of the original. So,
Paul Verhoeven, that's what he was known for with his films.
Right,
with Starship Troopers, with
it's not going
Robocop.
to be just campy violence or anything like that.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it was.
There's a lot of these movie studios doing this, like forgetting all the crappy sequels that came before and going back and making a sequel to the original.
Yeah, we could do that? Sweet, let's do it.
We can forget that RoboCop 2 and 3 ever happened. All right. And it's not a continuation to the 2004 reboot that they did.
The 2014, you mean?
2014? Oh, yeah, 2014.
Yeah, 2014. It's not. It's yeah.
So it has nothing to do with that movie.
It's first movie, this movie. Everything else, ignore.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I'm still not terribly excited.
I love RoboCop.
The first RoboCop was amazing.
Yeah. After that, it kind of went.
After that, but it's one of those movies that I never really thought needed a sequel or need to be remade, or it was good, just leave it.
When they went to 3 and it went to PG instead of the R rating, it just lost that edge that it had.
Right.
But anyway. Oh, well. But what's definitely not going to be an R-rated movie, Shazam, is going to be one of the heavy features at Hall H.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of news that dropped right before the convention that came out. We got our first official image of because before we just had leaked images,
right? Yeah.
And then there was the one on Twitter they released with him drinking a Slurpee or whatever.
Oh, right.
But this is the first full body image where you can see that the full costume, which takes visual cues from a lot of the past Captain Marvel movies or iterations in the comics.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he's got the short cape from the Golden Age era. He's got kind of like the New 52 boots and bands. He's got he doesn't have a sash. He's got the belt. They've kind of updated, but he's got the hood to his cape that's from the New 52 version of it. Although the hood is on the long cape, but it's a short cape with a hood. So who knows? But they just took a lot of different. It's a hodgepodge of all the different Captain Marvel costumes. But what you notice in the picture is those massive shoulders. Check out that.
That's one thing you notice about it. The two is, and I don't know if this, you would think they would not release an image that wasn't fully affected, but man, that looks so fake. The muscles look so bad.
It looks
so fake.
Chuck playing dress up as Shazam. I mean, but they had to pad him up. I mean, he's not. Captain Marvel's huge.
Yeah. I just assumed there would be a little more finish to any image you put out there to make it look a little more rounded off and realistic.
Right.
But,
well, I mean, the one thing you can. He's a little kid. He's a kid who gets superpowers and can look. That's his ideal image of what a superhero looks like.
Right.
So if it's a little cheesy and fake, you can forgive that a little bit with this character. He's not like he's supposed to be
possibly,
a real person dressed up in tights.
Yeah.
It's just the kid's image of what a superhero looks like. But I love. Wow, do you want to call him Captain Marvel? Shazam now.
Yeah.
Which is odd. Captain Marvel came out first. Marvel just stole it. You just no. Back and for a while, they had to fight back and forth. Captain Marvel. Marvel's like, nope. Marvel's us. So you're Shazam now. Which is the name of the wizard who gives him his powers. And another news is the wizard has been cast now.
Nice.
And it is Yaman Hosen, who plays Korath in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
He's cast as Shazam the Wizard. So he's not only playing a character in both universes, DC and Marvel.
He's both Captain
playing
Marvel
the Captain Marvel movies in the same year. And he's going to reprise his role as Korath in the Captain Marvel Captain Marvel movie.
So he's in Captain Marvel and Shazam, even though Shazam used to be Captain Marvel. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody realized the irony of that when they made these casting choices.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that two Captain Marvel movies are coming out in the same year. Yeah. Now, the big rumor is for the longest time that part of the reason why they have to wear these big rubber muscles is because he has to look like he can compete with The Rock, who's going to be playing Black Adam, who was a longtime villain.
And probably the best character in the Shazam.
And probably the best character in the Shazam universe, yeah. Rock has confirmed that he's still in production. They're still going to do a Black Adam movie.
Right.
But sadly, he is definitely not going to be in Shazam.
He says he's not.
He says he's not. Of course, they've come out and directly lied to us about stuff fast. So who knows? But officially, Rock has said, Dwayne Johnson has said,
The Rock. Or
Dwayne,
Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
I forget who said that first. That was not an original comment.
Yeah. He says he's not in Shazam. So sadly, I don't know what bad guy they're going to get. I mean, because he's the perfect bad guy for that character. Yeah. But I guess maybe...
You need some build up to that, though.
Yeah, he's a little dark for the light tone that they're going for with this movie. So we'll see what's going on there. But there you have it, guys. Shazam news dropping.
Woo! Again, I don't know that I'm super stoked for this movie. I was not ever... I've read Shazam, but was never necessarily a huge fan. But anyways, I do really like Black Adam, though. So
yes.
All right. Disney is swapping some release dates. They are changing up their calendar. Indiana Jones 5 is being pushed a year to 2021. Harrison Ford will be 80 when this comes out. Well, I mean, it'll be filmed before then, obviously.
He'll be 79 when he films it.
Yes.
He'll be 80 when it comes out.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, man.
A mysterious Marvel movie has been moved up to February of 2021. Not sure what that could be. Maybe Black Panther.
They did so well in February when it came out.
Yep.
They've pretty much earmarking that as the Marvel date now.
Although, if you're wanting to, have cultural phenomena in February, maybe it'll be Black Widow.
Maybe. Well,
bring out a free.
Captain Marvel's it's in March. Captain Marvel's coming in March, so in that same time period.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
and then that'll be the next one to come out in that time period. So Black Panther 2 or Black Widow.
Yeah, either one of those could be in there. Mary Poppins Returns is moving from December 25th, Christmas release, to December 1st, and will directly compete with Aquaman now.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, yeah.
Experts are saying that they're just going to take away from Aquaman box office, which it doesn't
I
seem
don't
like they're
think
the same type of moviegoers for each one.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I'm going to go see both of them, but
yeah, I mean, I don't think the spillover crowd for those two is the same. Aquaman's going to appeal to, comic book fans.
Yeah.
I don't think he's widespread enough to be like a draw, family audiences like Mary Poppins is.
Yeah. But because of the type of movie Mary Poppins is, they're expecting it to have legs through the holiday season, right? Yeah. So it opening so close to Aquaman now is kind of like stealing Family Dollar thunder,
Maybe.
Thunder.
Although December is one of those times I think more families are willing to go to more than one movie in the month. So I don't know that. And here's
you have the family coming in town.
Aquaman is not the movie that's going to turn around the DC FU. I hope it performs well. I'm excited about it, but I don't think it's one of those. He's not like a household name like the others.
Yeah, no.
That are he's not a Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
Right. And while he was one of the positives of Justice League, he wasn't like the standout like. Oh my God, it's Aquaman. I mean, it was cool.
I think Jason Momoa is gonna. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. I've heard it pronounced other ways recently, and I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, but whatever. He probably has more legs than Aquaman as far as the name recognition and bringing people to the theater. So hopefully he's prominent in their advertising campaign. So, but we'll see. But I guess we've got a rhetorical question here. Are these moves from Disney trying to sabotage other studios, or are they just flexing their muscle and saying we can go wherever we want?
I think they're doing whatever is best for them, and they don't consider other movies when they're putting in release dates. Remember when it was Captain America: Civil War versus Justice League, or was it Justice League, or what was it?
I don't remember which.
It was one of those movies that they changed the date, and then DC was the one that moved.
Yeah.
So it was,
I think I don't think Disney needs to consider other studios when they move their dates. They do need to consider themselves and not crush their own movies.
And I think that's what they're doing. Is they're spreading out their movies now to where they're not competing with themselves, and they're not worried about competing with other people. Just worried about themselves.
And that's a good plan for them.
That is. I think that's a good idea. So, the bad news, the big loser in all this is Indiana Jones 5 being pushed back another year. Does that mean, I mean, a lot of people are speculating we're never going to see this movie. I mean, it's been in production, pre-production for a while.
Yeah.
Do we want to see an 80-year-old Indiana Jones hobbling around? I mean, I love Indiana Jones. Don't get me wrong, I love Indiana Jones. I just don't need to see 80-year-old Indiana Jones
you don't need
trying to
milk it. I mean, the unfortunately, I don't know. We could do a whole thing on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they ruined their chance to hand off the franchise to somebody else with that last
Crystal Skulls.
movie.
Yeah.
It's just at that point you just cut your losses and you go, man.
Yeah.
I think they want to end Indy on a high note, not go out with that whimper, but I think it's too late.
The only way it would work is if they had him like in a retirement home somewhere telling a story, and it was like the movie was a flashback with another actor playing him, right? And it just had Harrison Ford narrating, and
Maybe
because I don't want to drag him out to do
stunts and stuff.
stunts at his age. I'm like,
Stunts.
come on, man, let the guy retire. He's
Yeah.
done an amazing work of movies. That's man.
Yeah.
Let him sit in his couch. All right. Well, that does it for our main stories. Now on to our smaller stories, our nerd nuggets, our geek bites. First up, Ant-Man and the Wasp. It, thanks to its success at the box office, it has pushed the Marvel Cinematic Universe past the 17 billion worldwide mark, and it still hasn't opened in Europe yet because of some soccer game or something going on.
We would call that. And I want to point out that Mike, in his notes, said World Series, not World Cup.
Not World Cup. I'm like, man, it's some kind of soccer game. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's something the Brits and the European guys get excited about.
No, it's
South Americans. Everybody but
France and Slovenia.
Slovenia, is it?
That's the final, I think. Whoever beat Britain the other night.
So now I think probably
Slovakia. Or
Britain's
Slovenia
ready
or
for
something like that.
Ant-Man and the Wasp now. They're like, all right, bring it on now.
Yeah,
we're done.
We don't care anymore.
Well, yeah, imagine that. I mean, that's a big box office chunk right there that hasn't
when
hit
you
yet.
think of the fact that they've made 20 movies and they're almost to 17 billion, that averages out to almost $1 billion per movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, good job.
Successful franchise, I would say.
Yeah. All right, so here's probably the most exciting news of the day. The Hollywood Reporter is saying confirmed, but it says confirmed by a source, and then no official word, but the word is Billy D. Williams is reprising his role as Lando Calrissian in Episode 9.
Yay.
I hope this is true.
Yes.
I don't think the Hollywood Reporter necessarily would be saying confirmed if they didn't have a pretty solid source. But it is important to note that neither Lucasfilm nor Disney has said yes, nor has Billy D. Williams himself.
True. But Hollywood Reporters, I mean...
They're pretty...
as far as...
I don't think they would say confirmed if they weren't confident with that source.
Right.
But it's pretty funny because there are about half of the nerd sources out there are hedging their bets and saying, set to reprise or something like that. But a lot of people have just gone with confirmed.
It's confirmed.
Even though there's no official source for that confirmation.
I'm pretty sure Billy Williams is going to be in
I am too. And
I mean, I was sad he wasn't in, like, they didn't have like a Han Solo funeral scene or something like that in Last Jedi.
He's the only person left for him to even interact with is Chewie. Yeah. Which is kind of a bummer.
That is. I mean.
So. That'll be interesting to see how they play that. Yeah. With him coming in and going, oh man, everybody's gone.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yep. They lost their chance of having him interact with Harrison Ford.
Yep.
I mean, that would have been awesome. But all right. Well, Spider-Man: Far From Home casts J.B. Smoove as a key lead role. Now, people are predicting, a key lead role. Who's this going to be? Mm-hmm. Comedian J.B. Smoove. Everyone's saying J. Jonah Jameson.
Okay.
Right? Which would be awesome if he did. He'd be cool. I mean, it's gonna be hard to top J.K. Simmons' version of J. Jonah, who is straight out of the comic books.
Right. Yeah. It was uncanny.
Yeah.
Oh well, it
was amazing.
came across as
But
Jameson.
yeah, I mean, if they're going in a new direction here, I mean, J.B. Smooth's pretty cool. He's funny. I like him. So yeah, I'd be on board with him as J. Jonah. So
Right,
and they need a J. Jonah in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I think so. And it doesn't even have to be. I mean, I'm interesting the key lead role. I don't think we've got Spider-Man in a place where he's going to be taking photos for the Daily Bugle or anything like that. So that's kind of interesting how that will work out. But it would still be nice to have a Jameson in the background.
Yes.
Putting out these stories.
The Daily
and stuff,
Bugle out there. Yep.
All right. So, all right, next one. Incredibles 2 passes Finding Dory as the top grossing animated film of all time. It is now at $504 million.
Right. And it's an incredible run because it's only dropped like 40% each week, which is, amazing legs for a movie.
Normally you see a drop of more than 50% each week. So that is pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good movie. All right. There's a rumor that came out now that actually came out on Twitter. So people working on the movie. It's rumored that Batgirl will not be in the Birds of Prey movie, which I think is a mistake if they're going to do a Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah.
This is your opportunity, you know. But they did, say that Barbara Gordon may be in the movie in some capacity, but not as Batgirl. So don't know what that means for the Birds of Prey movie. Last we heard there was 3 different scripts are batting around. Does that mean she's in none of those scripts, or the one they're going with is if she's not in?
Yeah.
Or I just think who's going to be the nemesis for the Birds of Prey if not Batgirl? I mean, it's not going to be Batman, right? It's not going to be It's not going to be Nightwing. They've already got plans for those guys. It seemed Batgirl was the perfect person for this, but
Well, and I don't even know what they're doing with this because
that's
don't
pretty
know
much the DCFU.
I don't know the current state of Birds of Prey because I could have swore, at least in its initial iteration, the Birds of Prey was a good guy team with Black Canary and the samurai chick whose name I forget. She was in Arrow.
Okay, yeah, I was talking about. But it was was a Huntress.
Huntress, yeah, that's who was.
It was Huntress. Oracle, Barbara Gordon after she was paralyzed, and then it was
Black Canary, wasn't it? Yeah,
Black Canary. But now it's gonna be like Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay.
Not Batgirl. I don't know who these.
I don't know what.
I don't know who they're going with this, and hopefully Black Canary. I mean,
yeah, who knows? But. All right, let's see. A Fox shareholder, Robert Weiss, no idea how many shares or how big he is in this. Has filed a lawsuit to stop the Disney acquisition of Fox, though it's not expected to have any effect on these things. There is no single shareholder who really
he's saying that there was some of the numbers were misfiled to get the approval for that they were fudging some numbers. Thing is, with this kind of money on the line and these big companies, they have lawyers, like a whole teams of lawyers to make sure that everything is set. I don't think they're going to risk this on not having the correct numbers in the So we'll see. Like I said, I don't think it's going to have that much of an effect. In sad news, we lost comic book legend Steve Ditko this week, who co-created Spider-Man and created Doctor Strange. He was a huge comic creator, artist, and writer. Worked with Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and all the legends back in the heyday of Marvel. He was 90, he had a long run here, but this is
it's the passing of that generation.
Yeah.
We probably don't have Stan that much longer. Yeah. We've already lost Jack. Is Stan's brother Larry Lieber? Yeah, is he still around?
I don't think
because he was one of the other. I mean,
and John Romita is. Yeah. I mean, that's
the first
founding guys of Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah, the team. This is a big hit for the team. We saw a lot of great tributes to him from Marvel, from Tom Holland, from
Yeah.
all over. So, yeah, like I said, our thoughts, prayers for the family. Sorry for your loss, and it is a loss for all of us who love comics. So, well, there you have it, folks. The news for the week. Week of ComiCon.
Yes.
If you're gone to ComiCon, let us know. If there are any stories we missed or anything cool that happened there. Leave us comments down below if we missed any stories or you have any comments about any of the stories.
Yeah,
or,
we'll do a wrap up next week.
Yeah, or you're excited about the Robocop and tell Doug why he's wrong. Why Robocop?
There should be a million Robocop
There should be a
movies.
million Robocop movies.
And they should renew the cartoon. And
Oh gosh, the fact they made that a cartoon is crazy.
yeah.
All right, there you have it, folks. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. If you want to support the channel and the shows, the things that we do produce here, you can do so through the links down below. Buying our shirts, shopping through Amazon affiliate link, or becoming a patron. So thank you guys. We'll be back again next week with some more nerd news. Bye.
Bye.